Why did Bitcoin crash, and is the bull run over? Did we top out a little bit over 100,000? The bears are in control right now, but is this just a little shakeout? And what is the smart money doing, guys? We see altcoins are bleeding, and we haven't had much of an altcoin season or a meme coin super cycle. What was this guy absolutely talking about? In this video, we're going to go over exactly why the markets crashed yesterday and what they are looking forward to. And then we're also going to get into what the smart money is buying and maybe even what the dumb money's buying. I'll tell you what I am looking at, guys. It's going to be a great video. We're going to get into everything, the Bitcoin crash and more. I love you all. This is never financial advice. Yesterday, we had the FOMC meeting, the Federal Reserve recap, guys. We got an interest rate cut of 0.25%, and the Fed signaled that there would be a delay in rate cuts, only signaling 2 rate cuts for next year. This is to make sure inflation does not come back up, but there is some good news. The Fed said that it is pretty clear at this point that we have avoided a recession. So why isn't the markets absolutely booming? Well, yesterday, Papa Powell said something. He said that there is going to be no Bitcoin reserve from the Federal Reserve, that legally they cannot own that. But I don't think that's any real news. That was already the policy. He said, leave that to Congress and the lawmakers. If they change something, then the government could own BTC. And so whenever he said that, we did see a good drop. Now, this guy's trying to FOMO and say it's going to go down to 30,000. I absolutely hope so. I would bid the house. But besides what's going on in the U.S., we are in a macro economy, guys. We have to worry about what happens with fiscal policy overseas. And one thing was that today Japan had their interest rate meeting. And we know with the Japan carry trade, the Japanese carry trade, that there was a lot of drop a couple months ago when they raised interest rates for the first time in years. But they have chosen to leave interest rates steady. If they would have raised them again, we would have seen a big capitulation from the market, guys. That's just what it was. The Japanese carry trade is essentially that interest rates in Japan have been next near to zero for the last number of years. And because of that, people go to Japan, borrow money, and then take that free liquidity and inject it into the U.S. market, stock markets, equities, bonds, everything that you can think of. And so whenever that money starts getting more expensive, you pay those loans back, and then that is no more liquidity coming into America from the Japanese markets as a whole. But this is right here on firstpost.com. But the real reason BTC crashes because of what the Federal Reserve said. They also believe that we will be in an environment where interest rates will be overall higher for longer. You can see the new target is 4.25%, 4.5% here on CNBC.com. But what is the smart money doing? While retail has their phone in their hand, scared to death, selling, jeeting, maybe missing out on the ultimate gains of their life. What is BlackRock doing? That's exactly what I want to look at. When we take a look at BTC at just under $100,000, if we go to the day, what was notified this morning at 9 a.m.? BlackRock significantly boosted its Bitcoin holdings with a purchase over 9,000 BTC this week. Do you think if the largest asset under manager in the whole world, over $10 trillion in assets under management, if you thought that they think that Bitcoin is going down to 60,000, heck, even 80,000, do you think they would have purchased 9,000 Bitcoin this week? Personally, I don't think so. I think those people are a lot smarter than me and a lot smarter than you and a lot smarter than 99% of retail. And when we take a look, if we go back just a couple months, if we go back right here to the beginning of November, guys, this is literally about 45 days ago, Bitcoin was $70,000. And now it is still at $100,000. If we go back, it is only down from 108 to 99. And maybe what I'm looking for here on some real basic broke boy technical analysis is maybe we get a little double bottom here. Maybe we still break down. Maybe we do get to this $94 range. But I really do think we have some good support right here. If we mark this off, we could see we got bought up right there. And right now it's temporarily acting as a support. And if you extend this out, you could see the same line approximately was previous resistance. Right here it acted as resistance. It came up, came down here, acted as a little resistance right here. And so this level right here around 98,000, 99,000, I really do think will be a stronghold. But as always, guys, I could be completely wrong. But while altcoins are absolutely bleeding, what do I want to look for? Where am I bidding at? And what I want to look for is some on-chain data, the fastest growing layer 2s or layer 1s, because I'm going to want to invest in the real-world asset projects. I'm going to want to invest in artificial intelligence projects on those chains. So coming over here to DeFiLlama.com, no other than Base Chain. We know that this is backed by Coinbase, guys. This is their layer 2 built on Ethereum, and it has a staggering 3.8 billion in total value locked. I've talked about it once before. I'm heavily invested into an artificial intelligence project called Beats on Base Chain. I'm actively looking for real world asset and more artificial intelligence projects on there. And another one that cannot be ignored is Sui at a 1.75 billion TVL. It is one that is getting a lot of adoption right now. It's extremely quick. This is a layer 1 founded by the guys that used to work at Meta, and I'm not currently invested in anything here. But one thing that I want to show you is that I am looking for an opportunity, because when we look at this 7-day, Cardano down 18%, Tron 15%, Avalanche 25%. And this Avalanche one is very cool because this is gaming, and Sui also has a very big presence in gaming. But when you look at Sui, it's down about 50% of what others are down. It's holding up very well, down 7.87%. If we go back on the month, it's up from $3.74, still up 50 cents. If we go back to the beginning of November again, it is up from about $1.90 to $4.30. And at the beginning of the year, it's up from 70 cents to $4.30. So Sui is one that I think is very strong, and Base Chain is one that I think is very strong. But looking at the overall crypto markets, guys, we're at $3.5 trillion in overall market cap with a fear and greed of 69, and altcoin season is at 48 rating. Still seeing positive ETF inflows at over $250 million yesterday. So I personally do not think this is over. I think this is just a little dip along the way for greatness. A lot of people are expecting the crypto market cap to get to $8 to $12 trillion, and we're just a little bit above the previous all-time high right now. One thing that we haven't seen is a traditional altcoin season, and that money flowing down into mid and low cap. So maybe we see a rotation now. Maybe we see money come out of the top 30 cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, and then funnel down into the meme coins for the meme coin super cycle, and the low cap real world asset and artificial intelligence plays that I personally am betting on. But let me know, do you think this is all over, or do you think that we still have a long ways to go? Maybe you sold. Maybe you're buyback in higher next week, or maybe you'll be telling me, Freeman, you were absolutely wrong. I could be, guys. We never know. Watch this video up above, and if you're not a part of the Freeman of Finance family, what are we doing, guys? Subscribe. I love you all.